If you have the desire to make money from your music, then congratulations, because by the end of this video, you're going to learn how to monetize your music on Spotify, on YouTube, Apple Music, get it distributed out there, and start earning money from your music. My name is Chris Greenwood, also known as the artist Manafest. And for the last, I guess it is 16, 17 days now, we're on the day 16 or 17 now, I honestly can't remember, of this 30-day challenge of promoting your music on Spotify. And the challenge was, can I get 100,000 streams within 30 days and blow up a song that was literally getting like no streams? How far can we take it? And we've been running Instagram and meta ads to do that. Okay. And again, my name is Chris, also known as Manafest. I have 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, about 130 million streams total. We're actually at 200 million. And so the first thing when it comes to monetizing your music is, first you got to distribute it, right? Like, you got to get it available, make it available online. And a lot of you have figured that out. You can use a DistroKid, you can use a TuneCore, you can use a CD Baby. But then once it's out there, then it really comes down to marketing it. And I get a lot of questions from students, about, wanting to release more music and more singles and more singles. And it's really not about more. Like, we have a student that I was just started coaching with, like, just a few months ago. He had no songs distributed at all. And he released like 2 or 3 singles. We jumped him up to 10,000 monthly listeners or close. And I said, okay, no more releasing singles until you're way over that 10,000 monthly listeners. And now he's at 38,000 monthly listeners with only 4 songs. So what does that mean for you if you have like 10 songs, 20 songs, 30 songs, and you're below 10,000 monthly listeners or below 40,000 monthly listeners? Well, it just means that we need to get your streams up. And that's what this whole challenge has been about. It's about getting your streams up, okay? And so at the day 1 of this challenge, I started running Facebook and Instagram ads using Hyped It. We set up an ad and we were targeting a playlist that had all my songs on it. So if you were one of my students, you had 4 songs or you had 40 or 50 songs, I'd tell you to add all those songs to the playlist. Okay. And then what I would tell you to do is start to run ads to that playlist. Use the best performing song you've got, and it's whatever one that you've posted on social media. Hopefully you promoted all the songs that you released. And if you didn't, I would take your best performing post that promoted whatever song that you have, and I would run ads for that song. Okay, that's the song I would lead with. It wouldn't necessarily be your newest song. It would be whatever song has kind of shown that it's done the best, right? We want to lead with our best foot forward. Like, if I was trying to grow my fan base even more right now, I wouldn't necessarily use my newest song. And that's why right now the ads that, and I'm going to show you all the ads in just a minute here, but that's why I'm using a 3-year-old song, because I believe that it is good and just not enough people have heard it. And I shared this example earlier. You got to understand, your music career is like a plane. And for a lot of you, you start to go and your plane is just about to take off, and your plane is your music career. And you're just about, you almost have enough speed and momentum to break the law of gravity, because the law of lift is stronger than the law of gravity. But then you stop, and then you get excited again, then you start again, but then you stop, and then you start again, and you never get enough momentum for your plane to take off. And so the goal of this challenge, I've been running ads now for what, 16, 17 days now? Like, I haven't stopped. I have not turned them on. And what you're going to see in just a minute, you're going to see this nice line of my streams going up. And so I'm getting paid for that. I'm getting paid for those royalties. Every stream I'm getting paid for. DistroKid will eventually pay me. If you've watched this challenge, you saw that my Apple Shazams went up. So Apple is going to pay me. Okay. YouTube is going to pay me. Amazon is going to be paying me. And that's the first royalty that they pay me. That's the master side of the royalty. But guess what? I'm also the songwriter on the song. And you probably wrote the song too. You're probably the songwriter. So you have the master royalty. But guess what? There's a second royalty that's generated. And DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore doesn't pay that out. That's the publishing royalty, the songwriters. Okay. Now, the way you collect that money is you've got to get a third-party publisher to collect that, like a publishing admin, right? And so TuneCore does have that. Actually, you can sign up for their TuneCore Accelerator, or CD Baby has CD Baby Pro, where they collect the publishing side, right? The songwriters. And then, of course, I distribute with DistroKid, and they don't have that publishing admin built in. So I actually use a third-party publisher, or you can use a company called Song Trust, okay? And they will collect the publishing, all right? And what's really important about this is that it's not just the publishing in America or Canada. It's, what if you got streams in Brazil? What if you got streams in the UK or Japan or another country, right? Well, what these publishing admins do is they register your songs in all those different countries, right? Like I just register in Canada with SOCAN, right? But I want to make sure that I'm collecting all the royalties, right? Like SOCAN will not collect my mechanical streaming royalties. That's why I need a publishing admin. Same thing with ASCAP or BMI. They're not going to collect that. So you need to make sure you get a publishing administrator to go collect that. But like my man Cardone says, man, if they don't know you, they can't flow you. And so the whole purpose of this challenge is to get known. So let me share my screen and share where we've been at and what we've been doing here. We started by promoting. Let me open up my Spotify here. And if I go to my This Is Manafest playlist, and we can see that I've been promoting this playlist. And if you've been watching, and go back and watch the videos, when I screen shared this, there is 1,700 saves. And now there's over 2,000. So we've gained like 300 and something people that are now following my playlist that has all my songs on it. All these songs have gotten more streams, but the songs that have gotten the most are Help and No Stranger to the Pain, because of those are the top ones. And Help has gotten the majority of those, okay? But what I did I was like, hey, I believe in this song Help, man. I spent some good money on it. You have a song that you probably spent a lot of money on too. Well, I want to market that thing. And so what did I do? I started running Facebook and Instagram ads. Now, before I show you the Facebook and Instagram ads, let me show you the results from them. Okay, let me show you what has happened. I'm really geeking out about this because guess what? Things are starting to really get exciting and take off. So I'm going to click on home. And as of right now, while I'm recording this, 193 people are listening to my music right now. That's pretty dope. 188. Oh, it went down a bit. That's okay. Now we're going to click on music, and I'm going to do a search for my song Help. Okay, in my catalog, I'm going to click on Help, and this is the last 28 days. And as you can see here, this is where we started, okay, about July 27th. I had 63 streams. Then we jumped to 73, then to 92. Then we dipped down to 82, and then we went up to 113, all the way up to 200, 380, 500, 719, okay? And see how we're right here, and now we're starting to, we had a little dip on the weekend, because we always have a dip on Saturdays and Sundays, okay? I'm not sure if that was the case here. No, that was just the Wednesday we had a little dip there. Okay, look, here's the little dip right here, Saturday and Sunday. But now, Monday comes, 523. Yesterday, 845 streams. So we have more than 10x our streams in 2 weeks, okay? We have 10x our streams in less than 2 weeks. Is this exciting? Come on, put some comments if this is exciting, okay? And it's not just the streams. Look at the saves. People are saving this song, okay? And look, we got more saves. So now we're up to 118 saves, all right? 118 saves in 1 day. What about playlist ads? Scroll over here. Boom, 73. People are adding it. But look, I got 73 this day. I got 60 that day, right? So like that's amazing. Like a total of 830 playlist ads just in the last 28 days. But let's click last 7. Okay? So more than half of those came in just the last 7 days. You know, save 656. So that means people are saving the song. They're listening to it again. And look at this. In the last 7 days, I never noticed this. People are streaming the song 2.7 times. I need to look at you in the face. That means, look, they're not just listening to the song once. They're not just listening to it twice. The average person is listening to the song over 2.5 times. That's awesome, right? So what do you think Spotify's algorithm is going to do? Like, dudes, literally, I think in the next couple of weeks, the algorithm is about to grab this song and just go, whew. Like, let's take a look at the algorithmic playlist, okay? Because remember, the algorithm is what it's all about, baby, okay? Because, like, look, let's just go. We're at last 7 days. Let's click playlists. Okay, so my playlist is driven the most. Ooh, look at this. Radio got 59 streams. Mixes 29. Your DJ 17 on repeat. Ooh, and we have triggered my algorithmic This Is Manafest playlist. So this is the algorithmic Spotify This Is Manafest. Look, this is my This Is Manafest playlist. This is the one I control. This is the algorithmic one, and we're starting to get streams. Okay, so basically what has happened is, and what is happening is that I am forcing streams to happen by running ads. And now Spotify is grabbing that song and it's looking at all the data. It's going, dang, dude, people are listening to this song like almost 3 times. I bet you there's more people that are listening to this song, right? And so this is dope. This is so dope. So I'm going to show you the Facebook, Instagram ads now. And this is pretty exciting. And let me know in the comments. And maybe we'll take, I just started the super chat thing today. If you guys do have a super chat question, I will answer that. But if it's just a regular question, then you got to join my Spotify challenge or just book a coaching call and let's just chat, me and you, and friggin' blow it up. So let me just control this. So let me share my screen, show you the Facebook and Instagram ads. Let's freaking go. Ads manager. Okay, so today we have spent $53 so far. What did we spend yesterday? Yesterday we spent $100. We finally broke 100, but that's only 100 Canadian. So it's only like maybe 65 American. Okay, and we reached 58,000 people. 208 people clicked on the ad and actually pressed play. Okay. And we just set up these 2 new ads yesterday. These are the new ones. They're the ones we're only spending 12 and 13 on. These other ones, these ones have been running for a while. Look, there's 33 a day, 52 a day, right? But if we look at today, and remember these top 2, okay? 99 cents, 63 cents yesterday. What about today? Today we're at 75 and 42 cents. So it's already is started to drop the price. And if we go for the last, let's go the last 14 days, I have spent $737 Canadian. Okay, so what is that American? 737 times 0.6, $442. Okay, I need to look at you guys in the face. So I spent less than $500 and I've 10x'd my streams. Tell me a publicist who's going to do that. Tell me some other sketchy boost post or whatever. Like, we have been very strategic on getting way more streams. But wait a minute, it gets better. Because guess what? We didn't just get streams on that song Help. That song Help is the one that 10x'd the streams. But what about all the other songs? What about all the other songs? Well, let's take a look. Freaking love this, man. And I'm doing this like live, like I haven't even looked at this data yet. So I'm just showing this to you raw, and I hope you appreciate this. I hope this is helpful. Let's take a look here and see. So remember, we've been really focused on my song Help, right? That's been the main one. And let's just look at the last 28 days. We've had 886 streams from that, all right, on just that one playlist. But let's go to music and let's click on playlists and let's just do last 7 days first. I want to do last 7 days. Let's scroll down. That's not my, that's my algorithmic playlist. I want to find my, oh, here we go. Here we go. In the last 7 days, from my Facebook and Instagram ads, we have generated 2,773 streams. Okay. 489 new listeners. Okay. Now, let's go the last 28 days. Scroll down. Okay, 3,719 streams. But that's just the 10 songs. We know there's more songs than that. So this number is actually a lot higher. Okay, it's just picking up the first 10 songs. Okay, so look, so it looks like it gets down to God's gonna cut you down. Let's remember that. Back of a church, pushing my way to the top. Okay, so let's just prove this out for a second. Let's prove this out. Now let's share and go to my playlist. And I just want to see this because I bet you I'm right. So back of a church, God's going to cut you down. So it's only showing me up to the last 10 songs. Okay. So, well, what about Do It Afraid? What about Guess Who's Back? What about Feeling Supernatural? Okay. So let's go look at those. So Do It Afraid, Feeling Supernatural, and there's a couple other ones. But let's just look at those other ones here. How many streams did they get? So let's go to my music. Songs, Do It Afraid. Playlists, last 28 days, 75 streams. Boom shakalaka, green light. Okay. And so let's do the other one. What was the other one? Feeling Supernatural. That was the one right below that. Last 28 days, playlists. Scroll down, 61 streams. Okay. And I bet you if we go down the list, and the next song will probably be like 50 streams. Another couple of songs, 40 streams, right? And maybe more, maybe less. But the point is, what Spotify shared of how many streams that playlist has actually generated is a lot more than 3,000 plus streams. Okay. A lot more. All right. Probably more like 4,000 or 5,000 streams. Okay. And again, I'm not worried about making money on the front end. I'm worrying, or I'm not, I don't worry. Okay. I got faith. I'm not concerned about, making money on the front end. I'm trying to trigger the algorithm so Spotify gives me streams for years to come. I'm trying to grow a fan base because I want to monetize it for years to come. I know fans will eventually buy merch. I know I have a new album coming out this Friday. And so all these new fans, like, how many followers did I get from Spotify? We know we got lots of playlist saves. And how many of you know that, like, if somebody added it to a playlist and they added it to a playlist and they saved it to their library, then that's a good indicator that they're going to listen to the song again and again and again. And when I do turn my ads off, and I will once this challenge is done, we're gonna eventually turn it off, and we're gonna see what happens to the streams. But obviously, I've got to trigger the algorithm. If I don't trigger the algorithm, I don't look at it as a waste, but it's definitely not going to have the overall big effect that I want. Okay. It's not going to have the full effect that I want. All right. And so, again, if you have a question, you can do a super chat question there if you have it. If not, come to our Spotify 5-day challenge or book a one-on-one with me. Okay. And we can just go over this stuff privately. But I hope this excites you. If you've got old songs, definitely promote them. Choose the best one. You take, and I'll show you the one that we've been running. Let's take a look at the comments. Let's see if we got some hate or we got some love. Let's just take a look at this bad boy. Let's go here. Where are we here? Facebook Ads Manager. Hey, why isn't this pulling up? Okay, here we go. Facebook Ads Manager. Hopefully you guys can see this. So last 14 days. So this one most likely has the most social proof on it. Let's click on this. Preview. 56 shares, 21 comments. Let's go. Wait. Did you see that? Let's look at, we can look at it here. Okay. 21 comments, 56 shares, 1,000 likes. Okay. And I want to organize this to the newest. Okay. I don't know what that says in that language, but I'm going to just like it and say thank you. All right. And it looks like I've responded to all these other comments. So we're good. Okay. So out of all these comments, we've probably 11 of them are from people, and then the other 11 are my responses. But 56 shares. Okay. 56 shares. People don't share something unless they really like it. Okay. And that's just on Facebook. Let's take a look on Spotify here, or on Instagram, sorry, forgive me. So let's go on Instagram, and I'm going to click on this thing. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. 19 comments, 30 shares, and 1,095 likes. Can you see that? I don't know if you can't see it. You can't see it. So that means, what was that? 56 shares on Facebook and 30 shares on Instagram. So that's 86 people that liked it enough to share it. Let's go. All right. So don't just be addicted to education and allergic to execution. Okay. I'm going to put the link below this so that you can get a free trial to my man John Gold's software, Hyped It, where you can literally set up Facebook and Instagram ads to promote your playlist in under 5 minutes. Literally in under 5 minutes, if you got your videos ready, you can get ads going to a playlist and start promoting your songs. Now, if you need more help getting into like the woods and dialing the ad in, because I'll tell you this, you want at least a 20 to 30 cents per click engagement click. Okay. You saw on mine, it was Canadian. And so it was even a lot cheaper. We had like 20 cents. We had 10 cents at one point, and hopefully we'll get lower, and I'll dial it in more. I may do even some more ads to see if we can beat it, but you really want to aim for a 20 to 30 cents per click if you are going to scale. But you've got to start where you are, because it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And I was sharing this to my Spotify channel. If you haven't read this book, From Red to Black, it's a book I wrote just about getting financially free and building a business. And there's a quote in here, and I want to read it to you. If I can find it here. Look at this. If you don't work hard to make your dreams a reality, then you're going to be employed by someone to work on their dreams. And so I want to ask you, are you going to work on your dreams this week? Are you going to work on your dreams today? Or are you going to always be hired to work on somebody else's dreams? You see, job stands for just over broke, okay? And there's nothing wrong with working for people and getting that money, but you want to get your money working for you. You want to get your music working for you, right? If I share my screen again right now, and I'm not going to just for the sake of it, but I'm going to look at it right now, and I can see how many people are listening to my music, all right? Earlier when I shared, there's 190. There's 192 right now listening to it. But there's also people listening to it on YouTube. There's people listening to it on Facebook and Instagram, on Amazon, right? On Tidal, on wherever other streaming platform. But that's because I did the work on the front end, okay? If you do what's hard, your life will be easy. But if you always do what's easy, your life will be hard. What I've learned is just because it's hard doesn't mean you're going the wrong way. And just because it's easy doesn't mean you're going the right way either. Sometimes you just need to push through, okay? One of my favorite quotes is that, for most artists, the reason you're not successful isn't because you set goals too big and you miss. It's because you set goals too small and you hit. So you want to have bigger goals, bigger dreams. There's a cheesy quote I like by Les Brown that says, aim for the moon, because if you miss, you'll land among the stars. So keep chasing this dream. Keep fighting for it. I always say, a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. There's a famous proverb. It says in Proverbs 24:16, even though a righteous man falls down 7 times, they get up and go again. Okay? There's a lot of talk in the Bible about seed time and harvest. You've got to plant seeds. It's very similar to that plane metaphor. Well, it's the same thing with a farmer. He goes and he plants seeds. He doesn't expect a harvest overnight. He's got to water it. He's got to give it sunlight. He's got to feed it, right? He's got to feed it those things. And the same thing with your music career. Maybe you've planted some songs. You've planted songs on Spotify, but you haven't watered them yet. And marketing is the water. Promoting is the water. But you've got to keep doing it for a long enough time until you see fruit. There's the story of the Chinese bamboo tree, where there's the guy that's growing a Chinese bamboo tree, and he's been watering it for months, and nothing's showing up, right? And his friends keep coming out, and they're like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "Well, I'm watering my Chinese bamboo tree," and there's nothing there, literally nothing there. But did you know? I think the story is that for the first 6 months, there's no growth. But then the next 6 months, it grows like 8 or 10 feet. So isn't that interesting? Did the Chinese bamboo tree grow the last 8 to 10 feet during the last 6 months, or was it actually doing it the first 6 months and you just didn't see the growth? You see, you are growing. You know, it is working, but you've just got to keep working it. You can't stop. You can't quit. You didn't come this far to give up on your dream now. But I will say this, if what you've been doing to market and promote your music, I have a new album coming out this Friday. It's called Walking into Fire. If what you've been doing has not been working thus far, it's not time to quit on your dream, but it is time to quit on your strategy. And that's where we come in. That's where we come in with the books and the training. If you have not read this one, this is the step-by-step playbook, Playlist Profits. That's literally what I'm doing right now live for you. What I've been doing the last 30 days, this is the playbook. It's on Amazon. Get the physical copy or get the ebook on Amazon or whatever, the audiobook on Audible. But take action on this stuff. And I will see you on the next day. Watch this video right now.